Okay, so I'm gonna hold the microphone down here because I don't want to be too loud. But hey guys. It's week 4. It's week 4. No, it's actually week 5, but I'll be giving you guys my experience with week 4 today. So, first I'm just going to I don't know how I did it in the also I'm sorry for if there is any like noise and stuff in the background. My mom's trying to get ready. She's rushing and stuff like that. So it might be a little noisy. But yeah, she looks gorgeous. I wish you guys could see. I dressed her, I styled her. But yeah, so it's week 5 and today I'll be talking about my experience with week 4. Um as you guys can see, I'm in a really good mood. I'm in a better mood than I was the past 2 weeks. I think the past 3 weeks were kind of hectic for me, but I'm slowly starting to like feel like myself again. Let me go all the way. I kind of got like stuck because I don't even know if I went on my artist date. I haven't been going on my artist dates, and not because I don't want to or because I'm scared to be intimate with myself, but because I have been forgetting about them, which I need to like stop doing that because they are essential. They are essential, just as essential as the morning pages are. The artist dates are too, and I keep going on these artist dates that are unintentional. So like I'll be not doing anything and then remember, oh, I haven't gone on my artist date, and I'll already be outside and I'll go to like a record store and stuff like that. But I actually did go on my artist date. So my artist date was intentional on week 4. Um, Even though I did forget and say to myself, hey, I didn't go on my artist date. I low key did because it was something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. So I actually did go on my artist date, and we're not supposed to share our artist dates and stuff like. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna do it because I had a really fun time, but I'm not gonna do it. So yeah, I don't know how I did it last week. I don't know if I told you guys like how I felt first or last. I don't know. So week 4 was recovering a sense of integrity, and she talks about honest changes. She talks about week 4 was actually a very short chapter. She talks about buried dreams and exercise and reading deprivation. And yeah, those were all the things that she talked about. But yeah, I'm just gonna like read a little bit so I can like refresh my memory. So it says, working with the morning pages will begin. We begin to sort through the chapter recovering a sense of integrity. It has like different passages, like it's separated by different topics. The first topic was honest changes, and in that chapter Julia just basically talks about how it's terrifying sometimes to be real with ourselves, and a lot of times we tend to ignore the things that allow us to be real with ourselves, like morning pages, for example. Morning pages are a conversation between you and God. And when you're talking to God, you can't hold anything back. Like it's God. You know, everyone knows, even people who don't believe in God, doesn't believe in God, know that God is not judgmental. God will always be there no matter what you do. So it's kind of inevitable to not be honest with God, aka yourself. So that's what you're basically doing in the morning pages. And a lot of times we tend to, we as in me, I tend to not write certain things down. I don't ignore my morning pages because not wanting to be real with myself, but I do sometimes when I'm writing my morning pages, I'll think of something and I'll skip it like I never thought about it, and I'll move on to like the next thing that I feel like is more acceptable to think about, which is so crazy to me. Like I don't understand what that is, but I've been trying to just ignore that feeling of, oh, this is crazy, you shouldn't be thinking this way, and just write it down anyway. And yeah, that I feel like I do that because I have like a lot of shame. My cousin told me that a couple of weeks ago that I have too much shame. And I feel like we should just like certain things we should be shameful of. Like certain things. Like nobody is like for example, going out in public and pouring your pants down and shitting, like, and I'm not saying people are doing that. I've never seen anybody do that, but that's something that I feel like we should be shameful of. Like, like there's certain things that I feel like we should be shameful of. But if you don't want to do that, then you don't want to do that. But me personally, I will always feel ashamed about things like that. But um when I say shame, like fuck, I a lot of like I just had like an energy burst and I completely forgot about what I was saying. But I was talking about shame and I was saying that I have a lot of shame about my feelings when they are my feelings at the end of the day, and I feel like we should, we as in me as well, but if the shoe fits, wear it. I should start, how can I say this? Not feeling bad about my own thoughts and feelings. Because a lot of my thoughts are not even my thoughts. They're just things that I've seen someone say or seen someone do or heard someone say. Like a lot of our thoughts are not even our thoughts. They're just things that we've encountered and picked up on as we like went by, but they don't actually belong to us. And they also don't have to belong to us if we don't digest them. And yeah, that's one thing, but also the things that are my thoughts, I shouldn't feel shameful about them because we're all human. Like, bitch, like it's just not that deep, and you can't run away from yourself because then you'll run into something else and then you'll die. But internally, and maybe physically as well too. In 12-step groups, cries are often called surrenders. People are told just let go, and they would if they knew what they were holding on to. With the morning pages in place and the artist dates in motion, the radio set stands half a chance of picking up the message you are sending and or receiving. The pages round up the usual suspects. They mention the small hurts we prefer to ignore, the large successes we fail to acknowledge. In short, the morning pages point the way to reality. This is how you are feeling. What do you make of that? Yeah, so basically what I was just saying. And also, I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. Being honest with ourselves, it brings us clarity and it brings us answers. And yeah, I feel like we should start doing more of that. Yeah, because that's how we live our better life. That's how you're not going to get to the life you want to get to, or the life that you want to live, that life that you keep seeing everyone else enjoying. You want to travel, you want to do this, you want to do that. You're not going to ever get to where you want to be in life if you're not being honest with yourself. Ever, 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 ever. And don't ever depend on nobody else to be that person for you, because at the end of the day you have to leave this earth, and you came into this earth by yourself, and you don't know what that person is going through or if that person will be here in the future. So it is always important to learn yourself, learn who you are, so that you can start listening to yourself and responding to yourself. And a lot of people, me for example, a couple of months ago, even like not even that long ago, I was very dependent on everybody else's opinions about me to um determine my next move. I was like, oh, so and so said this, so and it took for me to like learn myself. Like you actually have to like stop and pay attention to yourself. I do this thing where I stop and I just talk to myself. In moments where I feel frustrated, I'll stop, and you also have to be real with yourself. Being real with yourself is how you're gonna learn yourself. You have to just like be honest. Like if you're jealous, say you're jealous. Like if you are scared, say you're scared. If you're concerned, you're concerned. If you don't like something, you don't like something. You have to be honest with yourself. Never put on a front, cause bitch, you only live once. Don't nobody want to live no fake fraud ass life. Bookie, be authentic. Um, Now she's trying to be the side character. Girl, get out the way. But yeah, the in the book she also talks about reading deprivation, and I didn't know that I did this. I didn't know that this was a thing. But I definitely do this. I feel like a lot of people do this though. Like readers, I feel like that's what their main reason for loving to read is. But a lot of people when they Julia says a lot of people when they read to escape their reality, and they read to avoid the things that they're going through in their life. And sometimes it's important to just take breaks from reading so you can like see what's going on around you, and acknowledge it, and take a moment to like be grateful and stuff like that. Like I don't think Julia specifically said take a moment to be grateful, but I'm saying that to you guys and also to myself that like yes, reading is fun and it's exciting to imagine these things being being real. If you're into like fiction books or nonfiction books, whatever. I never know the difference between fiction and nonfiction, and I'm a reader. That's crazy. But I always have to look it up. Like I still to this day, there's certain stuff that I don't know that I have to like do little things like my left from my right. I know my left from my right, but sometimes I forget, and so I have to put up to see like okay, period. But like that's something I feel like we learn at 3 years old, but still it slips my mind. But yeah. So I also feel like I'm saying but a lot, and that's because I'm trying not to say. So I guess I just replaced with but I hope I'm not saying anything. I hope I'm not using a lot of filler words because I do want to get better at speaking. I don't want to say and I said that in the last video. Saying and stuff like that. Not that I feel like there's anything wrong with it, but to me it just sounds so annoying, and it's so draining to hear someone say that over and over again. But yeah. And that was just me trying to get a picture for this video. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta go on a reading deprivation. Like sometimes you just gotta chill on the reading and look what's in front of you, Buki. Like, yeah. You reading somebody else's life story, or you reading a book that is somebody else's made up fantasy of something that could be real is not going to help you solve your issues, especially if you're doing it 24/7. So, yeah, that's what she talks about. And she also, there was another passage that says buried dreams and exercise. So she basically tells us to list 5 things of each of these things. So list 5 hobbies that sound fun, list 5 classes that sound fun, list 5 things you personally would never do that sound fun, list 5 skills that would be fun to have, list 5 things you used to enjoy doing, list 5 silly things you would like to try. I'm not sure like if I should share with you guys, but I'll share a little bit because I don't even think that's like one of the tasks. But um, one thing that like I didn't know that I liked that I wrote down was writing. I know I like writing, but like recently, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I thought that I didn't like writing because I'm not good at it, but what I've found out is I have writer's block. So I really want to try to unlock that and so that I can get better at writing. But also, I've never been really good at writing. I sucked in writing class. I was like, it was so hard for me, but math was so easy, which doesn't make any sense. But to me, it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, yeah. So that's basically what chapter 4 was about. Recovering a sense of integrity. So then now I'm just gonna talk about how I felt. So, and I said I was gonna say that first, but it's whatever. Don't mind me. So week 4 felt kind of like a rest week. Like it felt like I was resting, and I wasn't reading a lot. And I was thinking a lot about things, but not really. Like I don't know. I just feel like I was resting, and yeah, week 4 felt like a rest week to me. That's really it. Like I don't really have anything else to say. I want to say more, but that's really the only thing that could come to my mind right now. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up because I'm starving. I want to eat and I want to watch Love Island. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. Hopefully on Sunday, because I said I was gonna post on Sunday. But I'll see you guys next week, and thank you for watching. For those of you who stayed and watched, I hope I wasn't too loud because I did say I was going to bring it down here, but I ended up talking up here. But just turn your headphones down if you know. Yeah, but I love you guys.